Water systems across the country are being hit with cyber attacks. Attackers have gone after internet facing programmable logic controllers, or PLCs. These monitor and control industrial equipment at various water and wastewater plants and are just sitting online vulnerable. Most of these systems weren't meant to be put online. They were only supposed to be used disconnected from the internet, but they were put online so that operators could manage facilities remotely. Many of these systems weren't even password protected, much less behind firewalls or accessed from VPNs. Hackers were able to really easily change IP addresses and passwords if the systems had passwords even to begin with, which meant utilities couldn't monitor or control anything, which led to some flooding and pressure loss in affected systems. So far, none of these attacks have led to long-term problems or unsafe drinking water. Everything seems to have been caught relatively quickly. Many of these water systems are using extremely outdated technology. The ones out in the middle of nowhere don't have a security team to speak of, much less a cybersecurity policy in place. They don't have a dedicated IT team to keep bad actors at bay. Nobody wants to pay to upgrade anything infrastructure related, especially for non-urban water systems. Nobody thinks that it's going to happen in their community. There are over 150,000 public drinking water systems in the United States, and very few of them want to raise taxes in order to pay for new computer systems, monitoring equipment, cybersecurity. There's a large funding gap between where we're at and where we need to be to stop this from happening. Nothing tragic has happened yet, but they're proving that they can crash their ways into our public utilities and play around with the water pressure, which is needed to keep the water moving through the cleaning and sanitation systems, as well as the amount and type of chemicals being released into the drinking water. It can be both terrifying and expensive to fix, which is the whole point. So who's doing this? It's probably Iran. If you ask anybody but Donald Trump, it's Iran. We're currently at war with them, and they've done this before. There's a possibility this was someone else pretending to be Iran and closely mimicking their previous attacks as a way to obfuscate the real perpetrators, but more than likely it was Iran. In November of 2023, they attacked the Municipal Water Authority of Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, which prompted the EPA and the FBI to warn utilities about these kind of attacks. There have been warnings for over a decade now. Iran was linked to a bunch of DDoS attacks between 2011 and 2013 against dozens of U.S. banks. There was an incident involving a dam in Rye, New York in 2012. They've been linked to cyber attacks from everything from children's hospitals to casinos, the New York Stock Exchange to Kash Patel's emails. It's likely that the longer the war continues, the more frequent these kinds of attacks become. They cannot reach us with a missile, but this is something that they've proven they can do very easily. Taking out water takes out hospitals, agriculture, industry, everything. We might have even given them the idea to attack our utilities. 15 years ago, we attacked their nuclear program computers. CISA, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, has faced enormous budget cuts over both Trump's terms and has been unable to eliminate our exposure to these attacks. Just a couple months ago, they announced another $707 million in cuts proposed, probably in retaliation over the 2020 election result reports. Anyway, here's a list of companies that make water system equipment and cybersecurity firms that are likely to benefit from a mass upgrading of these systems. Let me know if I missed anything especially juicy and follow along for more.